I trust we're doing the best we can. And there's no time to waste. Life is moving forward without haste. Oh, and I'm grateful again. 'Cause I trust we're doing the best we can. And there's no time to waste. Life is moving forward without haste. Without haste. Without haste. Without haste.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ukulele Sessions. My name is Justin Ancheta, and I'm here with you guys today to focus on the intro to ukulele mastery. It's kind of a dichotomy, right? Because it's like mastery, but also intro. And the goal of this first hour is to try and go through kind of beginning in the first 20 minutes, intermediate the next 20 minutes, and then some advanced stuff in the last 20 minutes. The entire time, if you're totally advanced or beginner, you can play along and hopefully stay up. Just play within your means, right? Just keep it simple. Maybe I might be doing a more complex strum, but just try and get the chords down. And the goal of this is to really try and, oh, I'm still hearing the music. Hopefully you guys, there we go, it's off now. All right, so the goal is to really try and play within your means. That's really the main thing here. So if anyone has questions, please just ask them in the main comment area. The Q&A also is up. And this is really the special thing about the Zoom webinar, is that the people inside the webinar get access to asking specific questions and going in certain directions. I should be covering quite a bit of things here. So yeah, you can just kind of follow along as well. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this is I just created a Patreon page. It's been created a long time ago, but I just started populating it with a bunch of content, and I'm going to share a link. Actually, the link is in the comments area already over here. But this is also a document that I have ongoing. Anyone that signed up on the patreon.com/sgstudios has access to this handout that has beginner to advanced techniques going all the way through. All right, so let's just get into it right here. So this is just an example of one of the lessons. We'll jump into some more advanced stuff. So let's start from the very beginning. Tuning your ukulele. What is it about? All right, so people that have never played ukulele before, let's take off that effect for now. We are going to just do the basics of root position. Okay, root position is the closest right here to fret 1, 2, and 3. And similarly, your fingers 1, 2, and 3 play on fret 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can kind of see it in here that the most common chord to play is a C major chord. A lot of people transpose songs to the key of C or A minor, because it's very easy to play in root position, without doing bar chords on the ukulele. However, the ukulele is so small of an instrument that bar chords are very easy to do, right? There's only 4 strings instead of the 6 on the guitar. Another cool fact about the ukulele is, how do you play with someone that's playing guitar and you're playing ukulele? The chords, right? How do they match up, or etc.? So the 5th fret of a guitar, barred, is the 1st fret of ukulele, right? 5th fret barred is actually like if I did a chord like this on the guitar, right? On the string 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be like playing a chord like this on the ukulele, okay? Because it's higher up in pitch, the smaller strings, the smaller body. So I don't see any questions yet. That's totally cool. I have a whole plan here to walk you through the basics of, and anyone that's done this before, just go ahead and use this as a warm-up, okay? So we're just gonna strum 4 times on the key in the chord C, okay? And it's shown right here in this document, okay? So finger 1, 2, 3, get up there. I'm gonna step back just a little bit. Tuning your ukulele. This is something that comes up all the time. A great thing to get is a snark or some type of tuner like this. You can also tune by ear. My dog has fleas. It's the same way that I learned from as a kid, and I still use that. Ba, 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 ba. If your ear's not trained for that just yet, putting this tuner on, making sure that you can see it, turn it on, and then making it match G, C, E, A. And this graph right here really shows, right, G, C, E, A, and how these are the strings, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to get into the positioning of tablature, which is really how everything online is learned and written out mostly these days. So it's a really good tool to know. And whatever you do on the ukulele, you can transpose to guitar. Everything that you learn here will help you play guitar in the future, because guitar just adds these 2 more strings on the top. Okay, so that's really quick on tuning. And let's go back into this first chord, C. So this is showing the positions, right? The frets going up right here, and then also our strings, right? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, going in that direction. And then what we do is we put our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string right there. All right, so that's the position that we're going to start in. Notice how I'm holding the ukulele. A lot of people get this wrong and they struggle on how they're going to hold it, how they're going to transition. Try and stay clear of getting used to transitioning while holding the bottom of the ukulele, okay? That will slow you down, because in the future you're going to be strumming fast, hopefully. So we're on this chord right here. Notice my arm going around the ukulele, kind of on the lower bottom area, and I'm squeezing it with getting a counter position with my other hand right here. I'm going to move this question Q&A out of the way a little bit. All right. So here we go. I'm going to strum 4 times. Please try and strum along. If you notice that you're out of tune, you can go ahead and tune up with your tuner, hopefully, or you can try and use your ear and tune to what I'm playing. Those notes right there. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty basic, right? We're going to get more advanced every 15-20 minutes here. So I'm going to transition between some chords so we can kind of get used to changing in root position, okay? Here's a little note around tuning, right? Flat is down to the left, sharp is up to the right on your tuner. And then the alphabet, A through G, is how you keep the order of which note you're on. If you're on your tuner and a C pops up, right, you want to either tune it down to the note you want or tune it up, right? For example, if you're trying to get to G, you tune it way, way up. This is also how strings pop by turning it in the wrong direction. So really, as you're tuning, just go ahead and just give it a gentle turn and slowly listen to which direction you're going in and if you're going in the right direction. Okay, so we are in all these lessons right here. I break down in the series on the Patreon. But I'm going to do just a brief lesson on the strumming and plucking in this position here. If anyone can't see this on the Zoom, please let me know. I believe it is up and ready for you. Okay, so what we're going to do here is start on our C chord. Notice that there are measure markers right here. Okay, those little lines coming down, a lot of tablature don't have them. What's really special about measure markers is that a measure normally is in 4/4, there would be 4 beats or 4 strums, right? So really try and pay attention to the measure markers. We're going to do 4 strums per chord here, going through all of these and then repeating. Okay, I'll start off super slow. The most important thing to do with ukulele, learning it, is getting your left hand down and being able to change between chords, okay? So let's just try this briefly. C chord, going up to the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, using your 2nd finger, okay? Go ahead and follow my hand there. On the Zoom, please expand out the view of my little window if you can. It's right there. Okay, and it's also shown on the screen right here for you. A minor, okay? That's what I'm playing. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Now, transitions to chords, try and do it the simplest way possible. A minor to F major, all you have to do is you keep that 2nd finger down on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and you put your 1st finger down on the 2nd string, 1st fret. Okay? You can go ahead and try and strum that. Make sure that you're using the tips of your finger so that you can really get all of that ringing out. And then going on to the G7, it looks confusing because you're now using 3 fingers. Pivot off of your 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and bring your fingers down. So 1st finger is there on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 2nd finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And your 3rd finger is on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Just like that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play through this now on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Changing to A minor. F. G7. And back to C. Great question. The question is, I don't know what you're doing. So there's a little bit of confusion out there. These are chords in root position, and what we're doing here is trying to play through chords in root position, okay? And go ahead and right here, let me try and actually zoom into this a little bit more so you guys can maybe see this. All right. So let's go ahead and just look at the C, A minor, F, G7, C right here, okay? Let's take it even a step farther back, okay? Because I want you guys playing and strumming, okay? We're going to start off by exercising our right hand here, and we're going to change between C, C7. Look at my finger. It's on the 1st string, 1st fret, 1st finger, right? And then I'm going to just do open. And notice how I'm not having to hold the bottom of my ukulele to hold it. I'm balancing it on the kind of the cusp of my hand right here, okay? So this is a warm up even before this lesson 3 that I like to teach. Awesome. I see that you're following me now. Great. So go ahead and try and do this. This is a great warm up. Even if you're advanced, go ahead and just do this with a more complex plucking or strumming pattern. Here we go. So here's our C chord. We'll do it 8 strums per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C7, 1st finger, 1st string, 1st fret. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 0 fret. All of them 0 opens. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna loop that around. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Hopefully you guys are playing along with ukulele. If you're more advanced, right, do some type of plucking pattern with that same time. So this is how people can play at many different levels and still have fun and play together. That's hopefully something that you guys can take from this hour little introduction. All right, so we're just doing down strums. We're gonna do a new strumming pattern. It's gonna go strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum. Strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit. Okay, so the same chords, C, C7, and then the A minor, which is actually kind of an open A minor. I'm gonna see if I can actually show this pattern to you. Let's put it right here. Okay, so the chords are C, C7, and then this is like a modified A minor chord. Modified because it's just a simpler way of doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna move this position so that people can see it all around. There we go. All right. So once again, these positions of the chords, right? C, C7, and A minor. We're gonna do strum, hit, hit, okay? And yeah, let's just do this one more time. Then I'm gonna get on to the song that I was doing. All right. Here we go. Starting on the C chord. Okay, let me get this question here. All right. Sorry about that, Lee. Looks like it's confusing for you. You're welcome to email me on what part was confusing, and I'll be happy to go through that with you personally. So we're going to start here on the first string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger. And we're now going to go with that strumming pattern on the C. Strum, hit, hit, strum, hit, hit, C7, hit, strum, hit, hit, and then open, modified A minor. One more time around. C7. All right, so that is a basic strum that I really started out playing, and the goal is that hopefully you guys are catching this. So far I've gotten the word that I'm doing stuff over some folks' heads. Would love more feedback from other people. Some people are repeat folk that have already taken some lessons with me, so I want to keep them busy. I will get more advanced here in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and get to the next part here. I'm going to go back to this lesson 3 that we have up here. So this is taken from the Patreon page that I just created. And let's get all these out. All right. So we're going to do 4 strums per chord. Okay, just doing down strums for now. Anyone that's more advanced, go ahead and do your own pattern, but try and stay in tempo. Okay, so here we go on the C chord. These are chords in root position that we're learning right now. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready. Now here's A minor. Okay, so I'm following along the C chord, third finger here, and I'm trying to do a transition. This is why I actually have it. Let me stop sharing my screen with you guys so you can kind of see myself here in the positions that I'm doing. So I try and do transitions using specific fingers, okay? I'm not using my first finger on the third string. I'm using my third finger. And the reason why is that I want to do a quick transition to my second finger on the fourth string, second fret. And even as I'm strumming here, you can actually start getting ready to place your other finger down. If you're not getting that transition in time, you're not hitting the one with me, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That next chord, just go ahead and simplify it. Just go 1 strum, 2, 3, transition here, and 1 strum. Okay, this is how you can play within your means, is just get that downbeat, and you can really sing along and play with more advanced songs. All right, so I'm gonna go through this one more time. Actually, I'm gonna loop this around, okay? And what I'm hoping is that you guys can play within your means. If you're brand new, try and just do the 1 strum. If you're more advanced, I'm gonna do a little loop and you can kind of jam on top and kind of follow along with what I'm doing. All right, here we go. I will share my screen again with all you folks on Zoom. There we go. Okay, here we go on the C chord. Start off. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, try and play within your means. If you're not getting these transitions with me, simplify. 2, 3, 4, and strum 1 time on the next chord. Sorry, we're on A minor now. Here comes F, G7. Okay, so that's what you do if you're simplifying. You just strum that 1 time on the 1. If you're more advanced, sorry, I keep not doing that double C. 3, 4. Here comes F. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. More advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going hit, down, up, hit, down, hit, down, up, 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 hit, down, up. People that want to try this plucking pattern that's on the screen, good warm up here. Play within your means, okay? I'm going to do an example of that. If this is too fast of a plucking pattern, you can cut it in half. Ending on the 1. All right, so what I just did was I cut that plucking pattern in half. If this is your first time doing this plucking pattern, I'm going to explain it to you here. On the screen, you can kind of see that we have the chord C, and this is a 0, 0, 0, 3. You read from your left to the right, and this is on string 4, 3, 2, 1, right? But it's actually not going sequentially like that. It's actually going 4, string 2, string 3, string 1. And the only fret that you're actually putting your finger down on is that C chord, right there with your third finger on the third fret of the first string. Okay, so this plucking pattern, I call this hook and claw. It's something in classical guitar that I learned is something that you want to stay away from. However, a lot of folk music, actually, and banjo, ukulele utilize this, and it's actually easier to do this. I still use a classical technique that I really would encourage you guys to use, which is when you take your thumb and you put your thumb out in front up here. Okay, notice how I'm still holding this on my chest, not on my leg. And I'm twisting my arm a little bit so my thumb is out front and my eye finger is going to pull through and back. The goal of this is that you have the least amount of movement, right? Instead of going like this and moving your hand a lot when you play ukulele, right? That's kind of exaggerating it. You want to do it to where it's just barely moving. And I'm going string 4, 2, 3, 1. And I'm hooking, clawing, hook, claw. Back and forth with my thumb and my index finger. Go ahead and try and play along with that, or play it at a speed that works for you. On the count of 4, I'm going to transition to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. Try and do that with your second finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Good question. Any reason why I'm not using M finger and A finger, which is my middle and my ring finger, annular? And the reason why is that in the future, we will get into using that, right? Different arpeggiations work really well by using all your fingers, P-I-M-A-M-I, right? But for now, just to start off, you want to strengthen kind of finger by finger. And the easiest ones would be right here. Okay, so really get fast at this and get comfortable with this. You might even just practice with just your right hand, right? And just try and get that to where you can do it at any tempo that you want. Right? And then apply it to the chords. F, G7. I'm doing this 4 times per chord. Try and follow along back to the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor. 2, 3, 4. F. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7. 2, 3, 4. G, C. This is cut time for all of you that were not getting that speed. Try and slow it down for yourself. Really try and play within your means. If you're pausing between chords really long, you're not really getting the practice that you really want. You're actually wanting to practice the chord transitions first and foremost, right? Something that really helped me in classical guitar is just the basics, right? Of just obviously knowing the language that my fingers here, right? P, I, M, A, right? And then singular is your pinky, is the language that you'll see online. Sometimes people put a T for thumb instead. Somebody asked, not sure what strings the thumb and fingers are playing. All right, good question, okay? Because I don't want to speed over this. This is really the fundamentals of doing plucking patterns, okay? So I'm starting on string 4. Remember, you want to really make sure that your string position, right, knowing where they are. 4 is this one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? So starting from the bottom would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Just up there. All right, so if I'm going to play this, I'm going to actually put my thumb, my P finger, on the 4th string, and my I finger, index finger, on the 2nd string. And they're pretty much going to keep that distance the entire time that you're playing. Okay, so you're gonna go 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. So if you guys want more of this broken down, I have this laid out in on my Patreon page, and you can literally watch it. You can slow it down, fast forward it, do a lot of things to it, and learn at your own pace. I'm going to kind of speed through today because I really want to get to the people that are more advanced around probably about 10 minutes. I'm going to get there. That's my goal. All right, so we're going to do this one more time. We're going to go through all the chords. People that are just beginning, just go ahead and do the strum on the downbeat of each chord change, okay? But I'm going to do the plucking pattern for everyone else. Here we go. And that is 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. We're going to do this 4 times. A minor, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4. One more time around, back to C. Whoever is not keeping up with these chord transitions, it's okay. You can really just focus on your right hand getting from chord to chord. And I'm going to give you an example of this right now, which is just pausing and just going through each chord. This is really how you're going to practice and be able to start playing songs. All right. I really think that if you played for literally 30 minutes or even 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day for a couple weeks, you'd start playing songs here. Most songs are like 3 or 4 chords. So the way I practice is just going through each chord, and I would go C, A minor, F, G7, C, A minor, F, G7. And you just do that at whatever pace you can, right? And you want to get to the point where you can really speed through them. And this really shows you that you can change in tempo. When you start getting more advanced with ukulele, right, your transitions are going to have to be really fast, right? Because you're doing these strumming patterns, and there's only like a 16th note of time to change to the next chord without having any interruptions. Okay? So, yeah, try and practice one hand at a time. Do just your plucking hand or just your fret hand, your left hand up here. All right, we have a pretty eclectic bunch I see on this group online. So I'm going to jump into another technique here, and if this is going too fast, you're welcome to slow down, go to the Patreon page and just watch the videos at your own pace. You can also do all these techniques, right, and just take your time with them on your own. You can also do a screenshot anytime. Just go Command-Shift-4 and you can screenshot what you're watching if you want to remember this form here that you see on the screen. Let's see, there's a couple questions here. All right, I see them. And let's go ahead and share my screen one more time so you guys on the Zoom can see it. We're going to zoom along here to a new song. Oh, here's a good example of the pattern that we were doing, nice and big, right? And it's showing you the strings right here. If you guys want to take a screenshot of that, that's really all we were doing in that hook and claw. 4, 2, 3, 1. Okay, going on, just showing the chords that we were just playing. Okay, these are a bunch of things that I can eventually get to, but probably not in the time allotted today. Let's go ahead and start right here. Ironically, this song is called Right Here. It's an original tune, and the reason why I chose this is it's a great example of how simple a song can be. Often songs are 3 chords, often on the 1, the 4, and the 5 chord. Okay. What that means is if we're in the key of C, that's the 1 chord, and then the 4 chord is going C, D, E, F, right? Counting up 4. That is the 4 chord, and then G is the 5 chord. C, D, E, F, G. It's the alphabet going down. Trick question for you guys on Zoom. What comes after G in music? Okay, if anyone can answer that, I'll send you a free new track directly to you right after this session here, and I will answer it in just a moment. Oh, Valerie, that was too quick. She just mentioned A. It is correct. So C, D, E, F, G, A. And it keeps circling around. Just on it's all the white keys of a piano. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. It happens for the ukulele. Every Western music and treble clef, bass clef has those notations and scale. Okay, so going back to our song right here, this does show the pattern of the chord, right? So our C chord, what it looks like. It shows the measure marker, and then it also shows the BPM. If you ever see the BPM, that's actually beats per minute. Okay, and the thing that's really nice about beats per minute is that you can get a metronome and you can have it click along, right? And know how fast to play a song, right? Or the goal of how fast you want to play it. You probably might hear it and slowly get up to that speed. So starting on the C chord, I'm just going to go through this very slowly. These are chords that we were obviously doing before, so hopefully this will be easier for you. C 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 to F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C. Make sure you're using different fingers to make good transitions. Now to the G7. Actually, it doesn't say G7 here. Let me just make that a 7. All right. And, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to make it a G7 because that's what we've been learning. I had it as a G here because that's interchangeable. G7 and G are on the 5 chord. You can do really either. And somebody could be playing the G7, somebody could be playing the G, and it should still sound pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to play this for you, just the first verse and the chorus so that you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. And if you're just beginning on ukulele, don't be overwhelmed by the speed or what I'm doing on the ukulele. Try and get that chord change. When you see F coming up, start transitioning right on the downbeat, right? Just doing that one strum. And you can even start practicing the different plucking patterns. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn on some reverb. Hopefully you hear that. I don't hear it, so it might not be happening. 1, 2. Oh, there it is. I opened up a door that led to oceans, never-ending, swelling, bulging at the belly, with the break catching the shore. The beauty lies within the sear of the constants here to behold. Here it was a moment that isn't or will be ever told. Right here, oh, right now, oh, right here, oh, right now, oh. Hook and claw. And if you're just beginning, go ahead and just do the down strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can really play along with advanced, intermediate, and beginner students just by playing within your means. Turn that reverb off a little bit there. So what we want to do here is use the techniques that we've learned so far. So far we've learned just basic strums down. And then we also have our strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit, strum, hit. That's our other one that we learned. Okay? And that was a question that just popped up by Dagugon. Another question is it possible to put the chords in the lyrics so we can sing and know where to make changes? Absolutely. Yeah, I think that I could do that really quick right now. If right here, let's see if that's possible. I opened up a door that led to, okay, oceans never ending, swelling. So it really just goes back and forth. Bulging at the belly with the break catching the shore. All right, so there it is for you. Let's make that bigger, the same. There we go. So it keeps that pattern the entire time. I might as well, I know it's easier to read when you're doing this live, so I'll just put this in really quick so you guys see it. Thanks for the feedback, Valerie. I hear that does help me as well with new songs. There we go. All right, so there is that first verse, okay? And I'm gonna do it with the new strumming pattern, okay? Sorry, this is the one that I did earlier on, okay? So the strum, hit, strum. I opened up a door that led to oceans never ending, swelling, bulging at the belly, with the break catching the shore. The beauty lies within the sear of the constants here to behold. Here it was a moment that is and will be ever told. Right here, oh, right now, whoa, oh, same chords. Right here, whoa, right now, whoa, oh, oh, bum, bum, bum. Simplified. Bum, 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 bum. Notice how everything is just really staying in that 4/4 tempo. Okay, so that's really the goal, is to be able to stay within a beat. If you're not keeping up with a certain tempo, just simplify it. Just do the down strums. Sometimes when you add in something new, right, you're juggling your left and right hand moving at the same time, and then you start singing, it might throw you off. So you might want to simplify your ukulele playing to bring your voice in. That's often something that you might do to start with a song. Okay, so this is a really good example of a song of how simple it is. If you guys want to play along with this whole song, I'm going to put this up as a link for you guys. So you're welcome just to listen to it for free on the link that I just shared with you on the Zoom. And let's go ahead and just play through this one more time before I move on to the next song. Okay? So let's try this out. Try and play within your means. I'm going to kind of switch between the different patterns here. So you can kind of hear how they go together and how they always stay in 4/4, no matter what. Okay? I did G there for a while. Try and play along how you can. Even just hitting the 1. I opened up a door that led to oceans never ending, swelling, bulging at the belly, with the break catching the shore. The beauty lies within the sear of the constants here to behold. Here it was a moment that is and will be ever told. Right here, whoa, right now, whoa, right here, a kind of folk beat, most commonly done. 2, 3, 4. Play within your means, really. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1. So you're welcome to find this video. It's going to be, I think, left up on my personal YouTube page and also my personal Facebook page. If you want to go back through and play along. The more in-depth lesson is on the patreon.com/sgstudios that you're welcome to sign up for. Monthly subscription for all of the content that you see here and a bunch more. Okay, so strumming patterns. Okay, I'm going to just jump into something here that is somewhat advanced, but you know what? We have chords that we know already. We've been working on these same chords. The C, A minor, F, G7, and then back to C. Looks like this is a little bit too big, so I'm going to bring that to a smaller font so you guys can see it here. There we go. All right. I still can't see it. That's all right. Slowly figuring out how to get that all in there. It really doesn't want to go in. I have one more. Oh, I guess it never was there. Good for me to put in. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you guys have all your strings in here so you can see this properly. The A minor is the second finger on the 4th string, and that finger stays there for the F, and then G is looking like that. All right, so there's our positions, and we have this strum here, special strum. This strum right here is down, up, hit, up, down, up. It's actually something that you've been hearing me play as one of the patterns, and it is one of the most common strumming patterns out there on ukulele, guitar, etc. And it can be modified to be a lot of different things. Okay, so notice where the count is. Because I shrunk it, we got to make sure everything else shrinks too. Oh, the things we learn on the fly here. Will this work? Almost. A little more. So what I'm doing is I'm making this to where below you guys are seeing the font at the same level. The count, the same level of where everything else is. Okay, so that hit should land right on the 3 count. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put this all on one screen. That's all right. You guys can see that. Okay, cool. I just did it. Hurrah. Okay, so this is down, up, hit, up, down, up, and this repeats. I often do this 2 times per chord. It ends up being like on the 16th note. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So breaking that down is just down, up, hit, up, down, up, hit, up, down, up. The trick to this is when you hit, put your finger, your eye finger that you're strumming with, below the strings, below your 1st string, so that you can then strum up again right after the hit, right? And that hit is pretty much in place of a down, right? Otherwise, you're just constantly going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's really how you're going to keep that really square beat, right, in 2 or 4. So I'm going to go through these chords here, starting on the C and then to the A minor. Try and play along very slowly for all of you. Down, up, hit, up, down, hit, up, down, up, and then A minor. Down, up, hit, up, down, up, hit, up, down, up, F, down, up, hit, up, down, hit, up, down, plucking this, right, with the beat, it sounds like this. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Oh, notice how I just hit on the 1. Okay? That was an accident, but that is actually what I was about to tell you, is that it's the most common thing to want to hit on the 1. It's a very, like a strong beat, right? But we're purposely putting the hit only on the 3, okay? So when you speed that up, down, hit, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is a strumming pattern that you can apply to any song. Right? Just by changing through different chords. These chords over here is really what gets the song sounding different. And the ukulele vibe, I really like this down, up, hit, down, up as a good strum. My other favorite strum is hit, down, up, hit, down, up. And that hit could also be interchanged with a pluck on your 4th string. Okay? So if I pluck this and then I down up, I'm using my I finger for down up. And notice how my hand, hopefully you guys on Zoom can still see me. I'll just take that off for a second. Notice how my hand is turned right here, and it's little, I'm still using the bottom of my arm to hold the ukulele, and I'm strumming over kind of the upper frets here, and I'm turning my wrist so that I can pluck with my thumb and then strum down with like the nail of my I finger right there. So P, I, up, P, down, up, P, I, P, I. Okay, so this is actually what I'm going to do on the last song here that I'm going to go through. I know that we just kind of went through a big ride of very beginner to intermediate to some advanced techniques here. If this goes too fast, definitely slow yourself down. Take a picture of this and just, meditate on this for a week or longer, a month. These are things that I learned at a very young age, and I've applied it way later in life, and I realize it's just something that just keeps coming back. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys on Zoom. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way. This is my first time doing a ukulele Zoom-a-thon, Zoom sessions. I plan on doing this monthly to promote the new patreon.com/sgstudios Patreon page. If you like what you see and hear, you can also support a bunch of the bands and art that I'm creating, both with audio and video, and get first looks behind the scenes if you sign up there. So I'm going to go to a song here that you guys have probably heard before, Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Izzy. A very popular ukulele song. I guess I should probably, here, I'm just going to play this for you guys really quick so you guys can just listen to it a little bit. Notice how he's strumming. He's doing that strumming pattern of the pluck with your thumb and then the down up with your I finger. Okay? So that's actually what I want to go through here. This is something new that I just added with Marin. We just did a version of this because we found out that Izzy, the lyrics, he didn't actually go through all the lyrics. So we decided to make our own version and put the lyrics in. Let's see if I can bring this up for you guys. All right, there's Marin and I. Hopefully you guys can see that playing this song. And I'm going to walk you guys through these different parts of the song. Okay? So I will also, in the repeat, like if you guys go to my personal YouTube page, please like and subscribe to it, share it. There will be, I'm going to post this up there, and you'll see my hand a lot bigger than on the Zoom. Unfortunately, I think on the Zoom, it looks like my hand's really small, but I am recording this bigger for everyone to see in the future. So please go to my YouTube page. I put a link in the comments for that. Thanks, Dogugun. I appreciate that you're appreciating the lesson right now. All right, so I'm not going to play this. I'm just going to be kind of talking through the chords and talking to you guys a little bit. Please ask away questions. We only have about 5 more minutes here. This is Maren Medke and I of Honey of the Heart. If you want to support the music, go to honeyoftheheart.com. And here we go.
Feel free to sing along.
Doing the intro right now. A minor, F. Play within your means. Simpler strums if you're not ready to do the more complex strum. E7 to A minor. Some of these chords are new, so I'm going to give you a chord chart after this too.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Notice how there's 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Skies are
1, 2, 3, 4. As you listen to music, try and find where the beats are.
Really do come
It's really good practice, ear training.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Will trouble smell
Let's try and
like
get it down.
lemon
This
drops?
is your first time playing
High
the song.
above the chimney tops, that's where
You can always skip the chords you don't know.
you'll find
For now.
me somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
I'm just doing a strum on the 1, 3.
I see trees of green.
Now this is changing quicker.
Red roses too.
This is why it's getting more advanced.
I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day.
I'm doing hook and claw over
Dark
this.
sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The measure markers really help out knowing where things are.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles smell like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me somewhere over the rainbow.
The very last part.
Way up high, there's a land that fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't
All right. So some of those chords right there, we haven't gone over just yet. But what's really great is online, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, this is actually the wrong document. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that you guys can do any chord so easily just by looking up a chord chart. I have one here. It's in kind of the more advanced lessons. This is a great example right here of all the chords, starting with all the chords in major chords coming down here on the left-hand side. Okay, and then it goes to the minor chords on the third from the left. The other ones, the sevens and the minor sevens, diminished A6, all those things are kind of more advanced. I would just try and take a screenshot of this if you can. This is a great thing to kind of focus on, is all the way to the left line right here, and then also the third from the left line as chords that you want to learn. You might want to just start with all the natural notes. Natural notes means no sharps or flats. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Don't do the C sharp, for example, or D sharp. And some chords that popped up in the song were like E minor. This is a song that I like to call the rainbow chord, because it's actually in Somewhere of the Rainbow, but it's also a chord that kind of rainbows up. Okay, so you have your first finger on the first string, second fret, second finger on the second string, third fret, third finger on the third string, fourth fret. Okay, and it just goes right up like that. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see on Zoom. We're almost done here, you guys. All right, another question came up, so I'm gonna answer that really quick. So just look at my hand here. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's just going one finger at a time. This is another way to really get the ukulele down, is just start with one finger and go to the next. You don't have to put all your fingers down all at once. That's gonna come through a lot of practice, right? Finger 1, 2, 3 on frets, 2, 3, 4, strings 1, 2, 3, just like that right there. Okay, so we're a little bit over time right here. I'm going to answer just a few more questions that came up. The YouTube video within Zoom doesn't sound clear on my computer. Uh-oh. I'm hoping you guys heard that. Okay, sorry. So I hope that worked for you guys. I just got word that only one. You guys might have not heard that. That would have been embarrassing. Same arpeggiation. Same arpeggio? Yes, you can do the same arpeggio. You can do ooh, 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 right? Hook and claw over that song. And this is the cool thing about playing, is that whatever you learn here, you can apply to all those songs you want to learn. This is just really the fundamentals of the ukulele, and then how you can eventually get into more complex strumming patterns. I really like doing flamenco strumming over the ukulele myself, and I will be getting into that in the future on the lessons. What strum were you using for Somewhere of the Rainbow? Good question, Deborah. That is the strum that I was describing to you guys, where I was plucking the fourth string with my P finger, and then I'm strumming down up with my I finger. Okay? Plucking with my P finger, and then down up with my I finger. And my down up, I'm kind of focusing more on the bottom strings, like string 1, 2, 3, because I already plucked the fourth string with my P finger. So and actually, I'm only plucking on the 1, and then I'm leaving that space. I'm going pluck, down, up, open, down, up. Right? That's the tempo that I'm doing, the rhythm. Pluck, down, up, open, down, up. Pluck, down, up, open, down, up. A lot of jazz musicians out there, they always say play the silence, and that is really what creates rhythm, is the silence. Right? If I don't have that open in the middle, right there, then we don't stay in 4/4, right? Boom, ba, 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 ba. It ends up being in like 7 because we take away a beat. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here all the way through. I went a little bit over today. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to email me. I believe you guys already have my email, but if you don't, here it is. Booking at... this is going to make my thing change. There's my email. If you have any questions, I am doing online and in-person lessons, and I would love some feedback around how this was for you. I tried to appeal to the beginner and the more advanced. Hopefully that happened. And I hope to see you guys on the Patreon page. It's a dream of mine to create this Patreon page. It really supports Soul Graffiti Studios and Soul Graffiti Entertainment production. It's an artist for artist collective label I've been dreaming about for 20 years now. It's been supplying a studio in North Oakland for a bunch of artists to create their audio and video and content such as this. We also teach lessons online and in person. And we just started a ukulele series as our newest feature. It's being featured only on our Patreon page right now. If you guys want to sign up at the $39 per month subscription level, you guys will get access to that. You guys will also get access to behind the scenes content creation, including Honey of the Heart, Justin Ancheta Band, Soul Graffiti artists coming through. And we have a bunch of music due to the pandemic and not being on tour coming out with Heather Normandale and others. So please stay in touch. There's so many different websites to kind of throw out there to you guys right now, and it's just a little overwhelming to say all of them, but you guys get the drift. My heart and passion is in music and teaching, so I really appreciate the opportunity to teach to all of you here on Zoom today, and I really appreciate the idea of continuing lessons with you guys. If you guys want to do some physical distance lessons, we have a setup here at the house to do that up here in Grass Valley, or online lessons. Something that I've really thought would be the best balance would be to probably see someone maybe once a month or once a quarter, and then have them work through the lesson so that I can kind of make sure that their position and their posture is really staying in, and then we can start getting the technique of the next thing. A lot of the techniques on ukulele, it's just practicing it over and over again and applying it to new songs. So you can really just take this one lesson and just fly with it if you can. Just repeat what I was saying here with different songs. Thank you, Deborah, for participating. Lindsay Bosworth, Daigugun, Betsy, Valerie, and thank you, Marion, for helping out today and doing the video earlier on. We'll be featured actually really soon for a global festival, and I think we're going to include that song. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the near future. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. I'll stay on for any questions for a little while, but I'll be signing off otherwise. Take care, everyone on the Restream Live. I'm signing out on that for sure. Take care.